Before we get into the video, make sure y'all hit that like button, subscribe if you're new. I mean, come on, what are you doing if you're not subbed to me by now? My content is fire, from stop motions, news videos, reviews, music occasionally. All my social media accounts are linked down below, and now, let's get straight to it. Okay, so we've got some pretty big news of some characters that are probably going to be appearing in Rise of the Beasts. So earlier this morning, Laszlo on the boards, he posted that he found a Hungarian news website for movies that confirmed all the cast members that are going to be doing the dubbing for the Hungarian version of Rise of the Beasts. And we got some interesting characters here that are on this list that are pretty much confirmed to appear in Rise of the Beast now. We have here Burke, who is a soldier that was in the 2007 Transformers movie, which is pretty crazy. I don't know if that means a Bayverse connection is more plausible to this movie or what, because, I don't know. This is a pretty D-list human character in the Bayformers universe, and he didn't really have that big of a role in the movie. My guess is it's just going to be a nod to the fans that he appears in like a background scene, because we know in Rise of the Beast that the military will not be having a big presence in this movie, if at all. It's going to be either at the end of the movie or in an end credits or post-credits scene with Sector 7 or the US government or whatever. So I'm thinking this is just going to be a throwaway background, you'll see it or miss it, or you'll blink and you'll miss type thing here. But it is pretty cool. I mean, I don't hate this. I just hope it doesn't mean, oh, we're trying to connect the dots with Bayverse human characters like they did, or like what they were originally going to do with young Agent Simmons there in the Bumblebee movie. But anyway, the next thing here that is interesting, we have here a Julian female human character, Ager/Air male character. And so I don't know what those names could be. It could be an English translation, or it could be a Hungarian translation for English characters that have two totally different names, because they did the same thing with RC and a couple other characters here too. So that could be what that is, but I'm not too sure. We'll find out in a few weeks, alright, right? And the next one here, Bishop, who seems to be a reference to the character from Transformers Prime, who was one of the human antagonists that was taking and stealing Transformers body parts, T-Cogs. He worked for this organization, or he was the owner of this sort of military secret underground organization. I forget the name of it. I haven't watched those episodes in a while, but if this turns out to be true, that would be pretty crazy, and it might open up a can of worms for some sequels in the future, which I would absolutely love. Maybe they expand on Bishop in the sequel and how he's doing dirty things at Sector 7 underground, or he has his own organization separate from Sector 7 that they're kind of like battling with each other on who gets control of what and stuff like that. There's a lot of things they could do if Bishop is actually in this movie, and it's the Bishop we know from Transformers Prime. And it kind of cements even further too that Stephen Caple Jr. did watch a lot of Transformers Prime and take inspiration of it in Rise of the Beast. So that would be pretty crazy if he does appear. I would like that, and hopefully if it is the version from the Prime cartoon, that this opens up a whole can of worms for plots and stories in future Transformers movies. Granted, if Rise of the Beast does well, which I hope and I'm praying that it actually does. And the last one here that is worth mentioning, this is actually a Transformers character here. We have Apelinq, or Apelinq, or whatever, it's spelled with a Q at the end. I'm not sure how to pronounce that, but he is a D-list Beast Wars character. I have heard of this guy. I actually used to want the BotCon figure of him from when I was a little kid. He was a BotCon original character from the year 2000, if I'm remembering things correctly. So this is a deep cut. I saw somebody speculating online that They probably chose this character because it could just be an easy recolor of Optimus Primal. He's painted red. Boom, there you go. You got another citizen on Beast Planet, or whatever the planet's going to be called. I personally hope it's going to be called Biosphera, because I just like that name for Beast Planet the most out of all the names we've gotten throughout the years in canon. Eucharis isn't a bad name either. I actually kind of like that too, just as much as Biosphera. But anyway, Apelinq here. The D-list BotCon repaint of Transmetal's Optimus Primal. This is pretty crazy. If this means we get a repaint of the Leader Class Optimus Primal Studio Series figure at some point in the next, like, year, 2, 3 years, that would be crazy that we have a Studio Series Apelinq that is based off of a D-list Beast Wars character that was a BotCon repaint. Like, it's so crazy to be a Transformers fan these days. I am so hyped if this turns out to be true. He's probably going to be a quick cameo on Beast Planet in the intro to the movie, which might be when Unicron is destroying Beast Planet, or during a flashback scene that Ares or Optimus Primal are explaining during exposition or something. He might get killed by Unicron, or he might be going off into the stars with other Maximals that are fleeing the planet while Unicron is devouring Biosphera. But yeah, I hope it's the one that is rumored to be shown to be killed off by the Terracons that's on Earth. Maybe he's the 5th Maximal. I'm hoping it's not an A-list character like Tigatron, Rat Trap, or Depth Charge, because there is that rumor that Optimus Primal does mention Depth Charge and Rat Trap by name in a scene in the movie, so who knows how true that is. But there's a lot of possibilities where they could fit this character in. I'm leaning more towards him being a quick cameo on Beast Planet whenever that's going to be in the movie. Sort of like the Cybertron scene on the Bumblebee movie. In my past videos, I keep referencing that intro, that the Beast Planet scenes are basically going to be what the Cybertron scenes on Bumblebee were. We're going to be getting a lot of Easter eggs and cameos and hidden stuff up in there that it's going to be basically a blink and you'll miss type scenario, which I hope it turns out to be the case. It seems like it will be here, since we have our first Beast character that's not a main character confirmed for Rise of the Beast, basically, on this Hungarian website. So if y'all remember, a couple days ago we had that new TV spot that showed off some new footage of Scourge, Optimus, Cheetor transforming, and there was a voice towards the beginning of the TV spot that said, "We are in the middle of a war." And we didn't know who it was. We were trying to speculate. Some people said it was a Transformer or a human character. I was leaning more towards it being a human character because there was no robotics or special filters over that character's voice. And it turns out we finally found out who the voice is in a different version of the TV spot that aired last night during a Lakers game, I believe. And it's this human character, seems to be government or Sector 7 based. Seems like he's from the US government as well. And that's who's saying that. This random dude, he's an actor I've seen before in some other shows or movies. So, yeah, your guess is as good as mine on what his allegiance is. Sector 7, US government, who the hell knows at this point. I'm really excited to see how they handle the human aspect of Rise of the Beast going forward, and in this new universe that Stephen Caple Jr. is trying to build up for this franchise here. So yeah, that's pretty much all I wanted to cover in this video, guys. Let me know down in the comments below, what do you guys think about these new human characters that have been revealed? What do you guys think about the possible inclusion of Apelinq on Beast Planet, or being maybe even the 5th Maximal that's killed on Earth? Who knows? A lot to speculate, a lot to get excited for. We're only 3 weeks away, people. 3 weeks, so get hyped. I'm hyped. Anyway, guys, that's pretty much all I wanted to cover in this video. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next one. Bye.